Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Let's Design a Planet Coaster. I have some bad news, unfortunately, for this episode. As I was getting ready to record my commentary, I accidentally deleted all of the footage that I was going to release on this one. Footage that I've been recording for the past few days in several sessions. And don't ask me how, but I deleted the folder and it didn't go to the recycling bin, so it's lost forever. And what you're seeing now, it's some shots of some of the things that I built, but I still wanted to get this video out. By the way, I'm recording this only a few hours away from the supposedly scheduled hour for this video. So I'm basically 5 hours and 50 minutes away from releasing this video. It's midnight right now, in case you were wondering. But I'm still wanting to get this video out, and if we have some little time, I'm gonna get some building, some construction on camera so you can enjoy. But let me just go back into the park right here and show you in detail. Let me give you an overview of what happened during this lost time lapse. So, like I said in the previous episode, we're going to be focusing on detailing this building and basically completing it, at least for now. And when I say at least for now, it's because as we add one more building that's going to be sitting here, it's likely that changes will be made to this one. So I don't know. For now, I think it's detailed enough. I think it's definitely good looking, but you never consider any of this finished until I actually end the series, because I always go back to these buildings and edit things. But I did focus most of my attention from this lost time lapse into detailing the back part of this building. So what we have here is a bit of a restaurant, area, so that people can have the Chief Burger meals that they might purchase from here on this make-believe tables, I guess, with this marble stone pillar things and the barrels as seating chairs. I also added more flowers and planters and details throughout, just to make this whole side look or at least follow the theme that we're going with. And one thing I did do different is this corner right here. Let me see if I can just point the camera in a nicer angle. So I've always wanted to, ever since I started this series, I've always been trying to add details for like the backstage of things. So what I did is I added some air conditioning equipment, and for the first time I added this recycling dumpsters, bins or whatever, and this futuristic door. So this will be sort of the maintenance area for this part of the park. And what I did here, I know it's kind of sketchy, but I added this pine trees to like block the nastiness, I guess, from all these elements. And I'm guessing you can still see the air conditioning equipments, but it's not too bad. They're like thin enough that are not that noticeable. And I did that especially because people will be walking on this little bridge here, so all of this would be visible otherwise if I didn't have these trees. But I actually like how they turned out. I might even extend them all around here, which might make things look a little bit nicer. Now, over here, another big detail that I added, actually a tiny little detail that I added, is this chimney. And I included one of the VFX for smoke here. So if I turn on the simulation, you can see the smoke kind of coming out of this chimney, which looks really nice. This would be belonging to the Chief Burger, so it all makes sense. So that's pretty much it with this construction. I also added some details inside, but nothing too crazy. I think we can still spend another 2.5 hours into like adding more things to this, but I didn't want to overload it, especially on the interior parts, which are not going to be visible most of the time. Now let me zoom out. I'm sure many of you are looking at this construction. I'll get to that in a second, because that's one of my favorite parts from today's episode. But before I show you that, let me go here into the big tree, because I've been making some changes here. Actually, several changes. The biggest one is this new entrance, this new construction for the entrance. Like I said a couple episodes ago, I'm not a huge fan of the yellow futuristic things that come by default, and since there's no way to change it, the only thing that I can do is just wrap them in another design another nicely designed building, which is the case here. I kind of follow the theme from the right that we picked. This is all like wooden and, you know, kind of like a dock or like some, yeah, like a port, you know, in a way. We have the big galley in the back and everything with our fake water. But yeah, I just went for that style. I think it matches it. It also matches the building across the street. It shares the same tiles. I guess everything sort of shares the same style because we're using only a very small number of assets to get all these constructions done. But I'm really happy. I also moved this sign, used to be over here in this corner, but now I move it right on the entrance. And there's also lights pretty much throughout. I'm going to show you how this looks at night because it actually turned out really, really exciting and nice. It's so vibrant. I added several lights, even more than before. In fact, I added a lot of lanterns at different heights. We used to have lamps. When we constructed this during Alpha 1, I used some of the lamps. Let me show you another example. I think they're over here. Yeah, here they are. So I used these lamps. And for some reason, when Alpha 2 came out, these lamps got all messed up, and now they're being rendered sideways. So I still need to come back to these and fix them one by one. But that was also the case back here, and I took care of that. So now it's all looking super nice. There's a lot of hidden spotlights like you see here, and another one here that now make this whole area look amazing at night. So I will show you that at the end of the episode. And now, for the big thing that I'm guessing most of you are watching this video for, is these Hobbit-Style houses. Just a quick disclaimer, I've not seen the Lord of the Ring movies. I know I'm going to get a lot of comments about that, but I did Google Hobbit houses on Google Images. I got the idea, I gotta be honest with you, I got the idea from someone who posted a screenshot on Reddit of, and that person did something like this. It was slightly different, and it was obviously a lot more decorated, which is was going to be the next step in my construction. As you can see, I started adding a few bushes here and there, but I mean, this is still like really rough. In fact, there's still some modifications that I need to make because the terrain, if you can see here, like some of these pillars are floating because the terrain was supposed to go a little bit higher up. So I still need to come back here and add a lot of details. So I figured that would be a good task for this, semi-short episode. So, you know what, let's just get to it. I might make a few cuts here and there, but for the most part, we're going to be doing this on camera. We're not going to do time lapses. Maybe we'll do a time lapse for switching into the nighttime, but we'll see. We'll see about that. So I'm going to try to select this thing if I can. It seems, there we go. That's what I wanted. Can I not select both at the same time? And if I go like that, there we go. That makes it go down a bit. Same thing here. All right, so now the door is actually sitting on the ground. Let's take a look at this house because I basically duplicated the thing and they all look the same. So let me just select this thing if I can. There we go. And we're going to move it. We're going to bring it down a bit. I'm going to also move this one down. All right, fantastic. Moving on to this one. Actually, this one looks kind of nice. It's already sort of sitting on the sand. By the way, I created this path with the terrain painter thing, so it's nothing too crazy. And I also like flattened this whole area out just to be able to sit another ride because I've been getting a lot of requests for new rides that are not like the this super flat, boring rides. I guess this one's a little bit more interesting, but I also didn't want to put like a massively tall one in there because I felt like it was, a bit too crazy. All right, so let's come back here. Actually, I'm going to get rid of some of these trees. Yeah, there's actually trees hidden here. I'm going to leave that, but I'm going to get rid of these bushes. And let's try to get... Actually, let's get rid of everything and start putting down some rocks. I wanna create a path here if I can. Let's find a better rock. I think this is a better rock. So if I just go like this. Let's turn on rotation snap just because it's easier to handle things that way. So we're going to bring this right about here. And we're going to rotate this about not much. And we're going to space them out a bit. So we're not going to do like a whole row of rocks. But instead, we're just going to leave some gaps in between. I think I messed that up. There we go. I accidentally clicked on the rock without wanting to. And in this case, I think we're going to elevate it a bit further up and do something like that. All right, so that looks good. Let's try a different shape here. Let's go about that much. And we're going to go this way and that way and that way. And now we're going to go in the middle and we're going to go maybe up and around there. All right, so that kind of like marks the edge of the path, which is pretty good. Next up, I think we're going to do some of these trees. So, and this will like mark the rest of the fence. Actually, you know what? Let's try the yellow ones because I've been using the other ones quite a bit, and I think this one's could look a little bit better. So, like I said, like I always say, just to mix things up, you want to like have different heights. I think I put 2 trees there. There we go. Yeah. So it's always good to like mix it up. That way it doesn't look too repetitive. There we go. Let's bring this up again, maybe around there. And now let's just get them on the other side. I also don't want to like have super tall trees in here because it will block the view. A little bit down. There we go. That's probably enough. We're not going to mix it up with other types of bushes. So like we can try something like this, for example. And something like that. That sort of breaks the repetitiveness of things and makes it a little bit more random and organic, which is kind of what I'm aiming for. And you can see it's already like shaping up quite nicely. One of the things that I wanted to do now before I do anything else is get these vines to be located up here on the roof. Not necessarily going to fill everything with vines, but we'll give it a shot. Sometimes it's really difficult to see the right location of the gizmo. There we go. Let's actually move this one a little bit forward so it's kind of like coming out of the roof. So it's not all perfect. And this roof actually looks somewhat flat. I think we can do a better job with the terrain here. So let's sculpt this. Ooh, that is not what I was hoping for. Let's go like this, actually. There we go. So now there's we have a bit of a rock texture here, which actually works rather nicely. In this case, I think I'm going to go down. There we go, to reveal some of these driftwood that I'm using in different heights so that it all looks like super rough. And let's grab the smooth tool. There we go. Make things a little bit smoother. And I think I can also do a little bit of grass painting here. Maybe not so much here. I think this is a nice accent color for things. Let me bring this up and maybe a little bit forward like that. So that works. I think I'm going to put a few more of these vines just to add different shades of green. Same with this. It's basically the same aesthetic that I was using before. Also, I don't know if I want to keep things rotated necessarily, but I guess I shouldn't turn on the align to surface option. Yeah, maybe that wasn't a great idea in some cases. This works though. There's a bit of a gap there. I think we can use this to fill it in. There we go. And I think we could even use this purple things, or maroon or whatever. Actually, it's not maroon. I think it's more purple. They really are great fillers. I really like how they look. Let's keep this, do do one more. Actually, let's do a big cluster here so it doesn't look so repetitive. I basically want things to not look like they're following a pattern. And might as well rotate them a bit. Let's add a few flowers. Let's try something like that. How does that looking? That's looking good. One thing that we probably need is to carry over this little bushes around here. Maybe even bring one of these bad boys. Like I always say, I don't want to overdo it, so I'm gonna try to, you know, not overdo it. That's looking good. All right, so something like, I mean, it's already looking amazing. I'm really excited about this. See if we do a rock here, how would that look? Might be a little bit too much, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a fan, but how about this though? Let's see if we can, yeah, I think I'm gonna keep those. All right, so that's actually no, it's a bit too much. I like the clean face here. So what I'm gonna do next is grab a few props. Let's see, what can we, I mean, we can do the campfire. I've been wanting to do this one for quite some time. So if we put this one, you know what, I have an idea here. I'm gonna get rid of this. I know I just built it like a second ago, but I'm already changing my mind about the design. So I'm gonna put this right here. And what I'm gonna do is create, well, first of all, reduce the size of this thing. So now I'm gonna create a bit of a, you know, like a little path around this area, so that you know, it's like people were just sitting here at the campfire. Let's look at the this thing for a while. I think there's a fire, large, and medium. Let's take a look at this. Actually, first of all, let's play the game. There we go. So we're gonna do that. Rotate the camera. Oh, this one already includes fire. Never mind then. I don't think we need more fire. We need that fire, and that's enough. I think we need some sort of like a sitting thing. Let me think for a moment, because I think we can improvise a bit of a bench of some sort with some of these materials. Maybe if we take a torch, that might be a bit too much. I also don't want light. But what about this thing? Oh, this could work. If we do this, we can bring this down. Check this out. So we're bringing this down. I know it's like totally overkill, but hear me out here for a moment. So we have those two things over there. And if we grab the driftwood, let's go for the long one. We can bring this up like so, and we can just extend it like this, and maybe rotate it and extend it like that. So now we have a big bench right next to the fire. Maybe, you know what, let's try the short one. I think that the long one is a bit too crazy. So let's go like this. Extend it right about there. Let's rotate it towards this angle, and something like that. All right, so we have our little bench right next to the fire pit, or what is this place? I don't even remember. It's so late right now. Why am I doing this to myself? I just love doing these things. I really do. I seriously enjoy doing this. Not at this time though, but I really like your comments when they're like, "Yes, I've been waiting for this all week." That really makes my day. So I guess that's why I'm doing this. In any case, let's continue. Let's not get all melodramatic about this. This is red flowers I haven't used in a while. Could look really nice in here. Let's do a few of those. A few of these here too. I think we could just do something like that in there. Actually, they might be too close to the base of the construction. But let's see. I want to have some sort of. I wish I knew what I want, but I don't. I think we need some sort of like fence around here. Not necessarily a fence, but some like separation from the path into the into this fire pit area. So we can have maybe, oh, I think we can use keep using the same aesthetic with the driftwood. Let me show you what I did before. So what I want to do is maybe bring this first of all, I think we need to like rotate this like such, and maybe even like this. Actually, I don't know. The problem is that the texture is the same, so it doesn't look great. Also, don't want to. This one is a bit too much because I've been using that one quite a bit already. This thing. By the way, there's gonna be. I'm thinking there's gonna be another building here. Probably not as big as this one, but like at least 2 stories, where the entrance to this ride, the forge, will come in through this construction. So there's a path coming inside and going up this way. So what I'm thinking is the entrance path will be kind of zigzagging through this building and then coming back into this one. That's sort of what I'm aiming for. So I'm leaving this gap for that building. So I probably shouldn't mess around so much with this side of these this little hut here. So let's see. I think we should probably add this on each side just to make it look a little bit nicer. And let's grab one of these bushes here. Maybe even the yellow flowers, and rotate them like that. You know, now that feels a bit overkill. Let's try to keep it simple. Let's use the same aesthetic that we were using before. So we're gonna use this little plant, and we're gonna use these yellow things. There we go. So next, what if we do, I guess we can just have something like this going. So now it's a little bit of a fence. Actually I have an idea. What if I do the same thing? So bring this there, and actually I think we need to go in by 1 more degree. Fantastic. And rotate it this way. So now, if we bring this closer to here, I can just maybe curve around and have a bit of a zigzag going on. And now we're just gonna rotate back and meet with the wall. Just like that. Rotate it once again. And now just continue forward. Oh, that's nicer. Yes, I'm liking this. Okay, so which means that maybe we need to continue the path over here as well. Just a little bit. In fact, maybe over here we'll have some rocks. Actually, right in the middle, we're going to have some rocks. What if I increase the intensity? There we go. So it's a little bit more dirty, and it's not like all perfect and beautiful. Make this definitely more sandy so that it looks more that more people have, you know, stepped in. And also this. There we go. All right, so that is definitely looking good. One more thing. I think we need some of these. But where is the question? I'm not really feeling it. I am not. I am not feeling it. But let's see. Props. It would be nice to have some props. This one is huge. So no. Let's see. We can have... I guess this... I haven't used this one yet. Have I? I don't think I have. I've used this super big, huge one. but I haven't used this whalebone thing. So this one actually could work. No, actually it doesn't look... I mean, it looks okay, but it doesn't look great. You know what? I think I'm just going to keep it like that. It's not too... I mean, it already has a ton of detail. Let me see. One last thing that I can try is bring the vines a little bit like that. That's better, but I'm not loving it. Maybe if I delete a few of these. Oh, that actually... Nope, that I did not want to delete that one. Bring it back. There we go. You know, that actually looks nicer. A little bit more sparse, you know, not so heavy. And let's rotate this like such. I'm actually kind of liking that. Let's try another one maybe here to like cover some of these gaps. Hide all the imperfections with bushes. That's the take that you should, if there's one thing that you should learn from this series, is hide all the imperfections with bushes. You know what? I'm not feeling this part so much. I gotta be honest with you. Especially the vines. I think that's what's killing me right now. The rest, I think I'm okay with. Oops, what was that? Oh, I was inside of the lamp. That was interesting. Let me see if I can get something like this. Yeah, I'm loving it. I think I'm gonna keep this. All right, so this is what's gonna happen. This one has been already, I don't know, 20-30 minute episodes, so I think I'm gonna put a cut here. However, for the next episode, I'm gonna replicate the same design over here and add a bunch more trees and start working on various things. So that's what we're gonna be doing next. And again, I apologize for not showing you more progress, but I really wanted to get something out there. And I'm actually really happy with how this is turning out so far. It's kind of how I imagined this would turn out. So yeah, I'm excited, even though I'm kind of pissed that I couldn't get that all to show you all the time lapse that I'd already. So if you enjoyed this episode, I highly encourage you to go click the like button. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing if you haven't already. But unfortunately, that's all the time that I have for now. I want to thank you all for watching. Really hope to see you in the next one.